Hello. Hello, hello. Hi, hi. Oh my gosh, wait. There's no chat on this screen. Oh my gosh. This is not... Oh my goodness, hang on a second. you guys would not appear on the screen. That would be a problem. Where the heck is my... There it is. There we are. Silly me. Oh wait, oh, you're down there. It's the horizontal chat. I see. Okay, never mind. You are on the screen. Oh my gosh, you're there twice. Hang on. This is not the one I wanted, is it? I'm so sorry. I'm all turned around. I've been doing too many things today. I'm getting all turned around. Whatever, I suppose. Hang on, let me fix it. But anyway, hello, while I'm doing this, good evening, or good afternoon, or good morning, whatever it is, wherever you are. This is Hime. Hello, hello. Yeah, I have been running around all day, and I sort of... Oh, wait, that's not what I wanted to do. And, this is not... Hang on a moment. Okay. Yeah, you're a sneaky chat today. Somebody say something really quick. I want to test the color. I forgot something. I forgot. I was meant to shift the color and I forgot. Thank you. There it is. There we go. The color's just gonna be all funky. It's okay. I'm okay with it. All the colors are just funky. There, something. Good job. Yay, that's where we're gonna be down there. Yeah, I think I can read chat okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I think it's good now. I just wanted to make sure it was legible. I did not. Ooh, got off half an hour on my long shift, was excited. Oh, I'm so glad. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I've been running around a bit today, but I think I've got everything settled. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. If you haven't been around from the beginning, you might not know this, but it's been like a long unexpected journey with this game because basically I knew I wanted to play this game solo. Like I knew that this was a thing that I wanted to do. And then I started playing it and was like, yeah, I really like this. We did a whole world building stream. We did a stream where I built we built the characters together and did everything, and it was a lot of fun. And I just knew after the character stream where I dived into the story a bit, and I just knew like, okay, this is going to be a game that I play for a long time. I already know it. I can sense it, and so I want to do this properly and get some artwork of the characters commissioned and all of that stuff, because I just knew that this was going to be a bit of a staple, you know what I mean? And so I was like, okay, so I'm gonna put this on hold. I'm going to commission some character art instead of using these Picrew images, and that did take a while. And then in that time, I got a lot of other obligations, I suppose, and other things that, FABULA Ultima took a bit of a backseat, and every time I was like, okay, I'm going to put it on my schedule, I'm going to work on it, and stream it, get back on the campaign, something would happen. I would get sick, or some family thing would come up, and I would have to cancel the stream, and so it's been a saga, but I'm here, I'm ready to pick it up, and I was able, yeah, life got in the way of life, yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I was able to kind of put it back on my schedule. I'm really excited, and it works out because it coincides with the Kickstarter and everything, and so there's a lot of FABULA Ultima hype right now, and so here we are, right? Funny thing, so a bit of a disclaimer, I had expected to play in a group campaign of FABULA Ultima today, and I was like, oh, this is great because it will refresh my memory of the rules and stuff, and then for various reasons that didn't really happen. And so if I have to look up rules and remind myself of how to do stuff, please forgive me, because we haven't played that group campaign in about 2 months, and so there's some of the finer details I have forgotten about somewhat. And so today we're going to be we're going to be playing, we're going to be continuing on in this saga. Let me I just realized let me edit some of my rewards because I didn't fix them from yesterday. Do, 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 do. There we go. Now we should be good. We are listening to the Final Fantasy VI soundtrack right now. Oh, I don't have the music thing on. Let me do that real quick. I just thought it was fitting. I just thought it was fitting, that's all. There, I'll put it right there. There we go. So we're listening to Final Fantasy VI soundtrack. I don't know, I was listening to it when we were playing Rift Breakers, and it, I don't know, it just triggered these nostalgic feelings, and so that's what we're listening to today. Yeah, oh, it's Locke's theme. Locke is my favorite. But yeah, so I had released 2 videos on YouTube to sort of show the world building, and I wanted to do that for the character stream as well, but the file got corrupted, and so I ended up recording something new where I introduced all the characters and ran through the prologue and the first part of the scene that I did, and so that's up on YouTube. Hopefully you've watched it. If not, that's okay. We're very early in this campaign. Not a lot has happened. So what I will do is I will quickly run through the characters in case you didn't watch that, and then we will get into it, right? And so here we are. So first we've got Indigo. So he's actually maybe I'll just do the character sheets. This is Indigo, the artist. No, actually I think it is better to look at the character sheet character page that I had. This is Indigo. He's a gloomy artist. He's a magical artist. He sees these strange visions in his dreams that may or may not be real, and they're a bit worrying for various reasons, right? But yeah, he's a bit gloomy, a bit of the more practical member of the group, right? But yeah, so this is Indigo. He doesn't sleep much. Poor guy. By the way, at this point in the story, they're all in their early 20s. I think the youngest one is 22, and the oldest might be 24, but they're all like in their early 20s. Yeah, so Indigo's 22. We have Kale. He is a floralist, is his main thing. So magical plants and stuff. Very, as you can tell, very bright and happy-go-lucky. He has streams to watch. He can sleep. I don't know. I don't know about that. We have Orion. Orion is a spell fencer. Their personality is a bit all over the place, and I'm hoping that as I play the game, I get a better sense of their character, because I rolled a bunch of weird stuff on the table, and so they've got a lot of conflicting adjectives, shall we say. But they are free-spirited, reckless, but then they also seem really stoic. Like, they seem calm, but then you'll see them make some kind of reckless decisions, and you'll see that they're not quite as serious as they seem. And then we have Celine. Yeah, we call that being a complex character. That's true, but I think I just haven't role-played as these characters enough to really know them, that's all. So I don't know if they're complex, or if they're just, I don't know. We'll see. And then finally we have Celine. Celine is a, she is like a paladin pastry. She wants to be a pastry chef. It's not working, but she's like a gourmet and a paladin. She is delusional. She believes that she's from the moon. She's not, but she truly believes this. And so she'll like pretend to be all delicate, like, oh no, I can't lift that. That's too heavy. But she's actually super strong. The tank of the group. But yeah, so Celine is a woman. Orion is sort of gender neutral, they, them kind of character. And then Kale and Indigo are both men. But yeah, Pillow Princess in spirit. Yeah, sure. I don't know. She thinks so. I don't know. Oh, Thembi in armor. Yes. Thembi. But yeah, Celine is I guess the lone girl of the group, even though she likes to act like a princess, but she's really not. But yeah, that's the character list. That's the 4 main characters anyway. Quick rundown of the world of Myst. I have a world sheet here somewhere. It doesn't look that way here, but they're actually floating continents, so imagine they're all like on top of each other in a way. And so the Acheron Empire is on the bottom. This whole set is the Acheron Empire. They're chained together. Then we have Nethys, which pretty much only has monsters living there. No people are not known to live there. Although I guess if criminals are on the run and are really desperate, they might live there. And then we have Edessa, which is where we're starting our adventure, but there are 3 smaller islands in the center here. So we have like Central Edessa, East Edessa, West Edessa, that all just make up Edessa. Currently, the protagonists are in Central Edessa. The princess that would say, "Oh, you," while slapping your shoulder hard enough to send you through a boulder. Yeah, exactly. You mean bandits, right? Sure, sure. And then we have Luxor, which is the sort of Spartan piratey. They used to try to wage war on all the other continents, but then they lost a war really badly, so now they try pirating instead. Then Luxor. And then Oscara is the very old, think kind of ancient Egypt, ancient China. Like, they've been around for a really, really long time, and they've got a lot of, like, they're the trendsetters with culture and everything. So that's the ancient continent here. And Oscara is allied with Edessa. The Acheron Empire, despite their name, they're not like, I don't mean for them to be the evil empire or anything. They are very technologically advanced here. Currently, they're all in peace. Even Luxor is like kind of begrudgingly in peace. They have pirates though that will go attack Edessa because Luxor itself is not very fertile. And then Ildefort is this tiny little island up here that is very closed off. A bunch of mages live here, and they don't really interact with the outside world very much. If you try to approach Ildefort in like an airship and you don't have the proper clearance, they will shoot you out of the sky. So they're just, that's Ildefort. Sometimes you just haven't become not an empire yet. That's fair enough. But yeah, so that's the rundown of the kingdoms of Myst. So with the Acheron, Edessa, Luxor, and Oscara are like the 4 kingdoms of Myst, shall we say. Yeah. I don't know, did I ever... Does Edessa have a king? Actually, now that I think about it. Do they? I guess they must. No, it's the principalities of Edessa. Yeah, so each of the 3 islands is ruled by a prince or princess. So, yep, there's not a king, but they have monarchs. Only princes and princesses. So I guess technically they're not a kingdom. It's like a princedom? I don't know. Yeah, so there's 3 and they rule together. But yeah. Luxor, Edessa, Oscara, and the Acheron Empire. Those are the 4 kingdoms of Myst, and that's what we did on that first stream. We typed all of this up together, and chat gave me a lot of really cool suggestions and stuff, so if you haven't gotten around to watching the VOD for that yet, it's pretty cool. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, so that's Myst. Those are the characters, and we started off with this prologue. This is during their childhood, so how they got together. So Celine has lived here for generations. I believe, I think it's Celine that's been here. And then the other 3, Celine's been here for a long time. Kale's family has also been here for generations. So Kale and Celine are from Edessa. So if you go back far enough, Kale's family has roots in Oscara, but they've been in Central Edessa for generations. So at this point, they kind of see themselves mostly as Edessan, though they still take a lot of pride in being from Oscara. And then Orion's family came to Edessa when they were young, and so Orion's family is very vague about where they're from, but at one point Orion heard her parents talking about Nethys, their homeland. But they're like, well, I thought Nethys was just where monsters live. How could Nethys be our homeland? But that's kind of shrouded in mystery. And then you have Indigo, whose family is from Acheron, but they moved to Edessa because he was having all of those visions, and they were like, well, maybe he needs nature, he needs to be surrounded by natural things, and maybe he'll recover, and yeah, it's like a psychological thing, I'm sure it'll be fine. And so his family and Orion's family came when they were young, but the 4 of them met when they were children, and they're all friends now. Mommy made a little mistake with it. No! But yeah, so those are the characters, the kind of general, they're all friends. So they all know each other. They've all been here in Central Edessa for many, many years together. In the prologue, it's how the four of them meet. So at this point, Celine kind of becomes Orion's friend, and then Kale and Indigo are already friends, but this is the first time that all four of them are together. And there's a little bit of foreshadowing where there's people from Acheron that come for some reason on like this big airship. But when they're kids, of course, they have no idea why. They don't really care. But at some point, they came and were talking to the mayor, and it seemed very serious. Yep. And then where we left off, so this was the first scene, so now this is in present day. And basically, in this first scene, you learn about the Whispering Manor, which belongs to Breezeburg's only noble family, the Terran Winds. So Breezeburg, of course, is like this really tiny little town that's part of central Odessa. So they live in kind of like the middle of nowhere, shall we say. But yeah, Indigo gets curious about the Whispering Manor because he's been drawing it a lot. Like he's been having visions about it and he doesn't really know why. And so then they go to take a look, but they make too much noise and they attract the attention of Lady Demetria, who has kind of shut herself up inside of this manor since her father died. But they did hear a strange cry, like a long cry coming out of the mansion. And so they were like, well, we can't just let that be. And so we're going to come back. How tall is Lady Demetria? I don't know. We've only seen her from the window. She hasn't come out since they were, you know, like they've never really seen her except her torso through the window. I don't know. It's Lady Demetria with an E, okay? It's a different Lady Demetria. But yeah, so we left off where they agreed that after dark they would meet back up and try to go back in together. Or like they tried to spy because she caught them, she saw them, and so she was like, get out of here, basically. And so the four of them made a promise to come back and have a look, basically. And yeah, that is where we left off. Let me see, I have a map. I have a thing. Give me a moment. I have this. Well, I don't have a perfect picture for this because I guess it's fine. But I have I have this, but it's at night. Let me get it really quick. Yeah, I have the nighttime version of this, so give me a moment. At least that way we can see night versus day. Okay. Okay. Okay, where did I put it? All right. I'll just pretend that there's windmills. But anyway, it's nighttime, so here we are. Did I get him? It's not a work message. I shouldn't care. I'm not gonna care. It's Saturday, leave me alone. Okay. So here we are. I think actually this is a good one. I'm gonna leave this song on loop because it kind of matches the mood we're going for here. Okay, so this is where we left off. So Indigo, so the way that I play this game is that for every scene, I choose one of the four characters to be the POV character. So I do all the roles from their point of view, and then the other characters I control using two things mainly, and I kind of switch. One of them is called Keeping Contact, which let me show you what that looks like. Where is it? So Keeping Contact is a social system for playing solo TTRPGs. Get that open. Oops, it's too big. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. resized all of my things. Okay, so Keeping Contact is a standalone social system for solo TTRPGs. So apparently there is an updated version called Keep Talking that I've been looking at. So I think Keep Talking is the first one, and then Keeping Contact is actually the second one, if I remember correctly. Or it's Let's Talk. Sorry, Let's Talk was the first one. So this is Let's Talk. And then that's like a dialogue system. And then Keeping Contact is a social system. You could use them together. They're different. Let's Talk is when you are like trying to have a conversation. Like, what is this NPC talking to you about? Blah, 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 blah. I don't need to worry about that part so much. The Keeping Contact is more about like, how do their attitudes change over time? What is their mood? What is their reactions? Keep Talking is both of those combined. What? There is? Wait. Really? Hang on. What? Oh my god, you're right. When did this come out? 4 months ago. Holy. Oh my gosh. How did I not know about this? This is rude. This was released in June. It was released in June and I didn't know about it. Thank you, Eldritch Chicken. What? Cool. Well, I guess we're gonna use Keep Talking now. Okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna download this. Thank you. I did not know that they combined both of those. That's great. That's gonna make my life a lot easier. Well, these are both awesome. Now they've combined them. That's lovely. Okay, I learned something new today. Yeah, so I was gonna say that today, as we're playing, a lot of it you're going to see my process as well, because this is not a well-oiled machine yet. This is my first real session, and so, you know, you'll see exactly how I plan and how I run things, and that might be nice. Okay, interactions. Cool. Cool. We've got Keep Talking. What? Just one less PDF to jump back and forth. Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, cool. Keep Talking, which I will link here for anyone else that's interested. But this is really. This is what I love to use for like interactions with the NPCs. But in my case, I technically don't have NPCs. I have 4 characters, but I want there to be some nuance and some element of randomness when the other characters are interacting with whoever is the POV character, right? Otherwise, all I'm doing is this is just a creative writing exercise, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I love journaling games too. But I want it to feel like a game. I want to not necessarily always know how a social interaction is going to go. And so that's kind of where this comes into play, because this allows me to have that element of randomness where, wow, I'll have to, there's some assumptions, there's dialogue types. This is awesome. I love that. Okay. Ooh, yeah, so you can choose attitudes, moods, and sort of based on how all of this goes, yeah, attitudes by role. Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Look at this. Oh, this is great. Okay, I'll have to definitely read through this in more detail soon, because I don't know how this is going, but I think the main thing is that, is here, based on like the reactions, right? So, is your relationship very bad, bad, neutral, good, very good, and then based on that, you sort of roll, right? Like, how is it going throughout this conversation? And so I think that's a good way to have it go and see, especially, this will be good when we're talking to NPCs as well, but I think this is end romance, eesh. Yeah, so this is very similar. I have something really similar that I'm doing in Ballads of Dawn, where this is almost exactly the same. Man, somebody already did it. Well, I already did it too, but you know. It's a good idea. Yeah, see, when you end a romance, if the attitude was bad, the NPC turns into an enemy. Yeah, that happens in Ballads too, where if you break up with them in a bad way, they could go from being like a really good friend to a really bad enemy instead. Yup. Okay, anyways, so here it is. So sort of like yes, no, how is this going? How is their reaction? Okay, so this is actually still a little different from what... So I think I still might have the other ones open, because this is actually not what I was expecting. This one is more complicated, and I don't know that I need all of that. Hang on. So when I do keep... Not that. I just opened it again. Keeping contact... No, it's not Battles of Dawn, it's ballads. But yeah, so this is what I like. This is the table that I like from Keeping Contact that I don't think that other one has. It doesn't really combine them. It's just an evolution, but I don't know if I'll use it because this is really what I need right here. So this, based on their attitude, I roll a d10. So when we do something, okay, what is their response to what we just said or what we're asking? Is it negative, positive, etc., etc.? So all of this. This part I like, as well as what is their mood. So how close are we? And then we can roll for their mood. And so this is good for like NPCs. This is good for in general when we're going through scenes. Now, if there's something that's really obvious and I already know how a character is going to react, then sure, I'll just write it. But if there's any room for doubt, or if I just want to, you know, introduce a little element of chaos, then that's exactly what this is good for. And so I think I'm still gonna keep this actually, because this is the main table that I like to use. And then the other one that I love to use is called Triple O. This is the one that I like as well. So this is also a character emulator. This is by Cesar Capocli that I really like. So this is another thing where I can roll to see kind of what are they motivated by, maybe, or like what are they going to do? Do they accept it? How does the group decision go, etc., etc. So these two, just depending on the situation, I like rolling on them to see how the characters react to things. But yeah, so I play as a single character from their point of view for any given scene, and then the other three characters I roll for the most part based on these two tables. And then of course for general checks and things, those just use the regular FABULA ULTIMA checks and systems. Sometimes you forget to take your meds. Oh my gosh. I will be right back. I need to go take my meds. Thank you. It's actually exactly the right time that I need. So I'm gonna leave this up so y'all can have a look at it, or you know what I'll do. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I need to do a med check. Redeem. We keep talking about it and I keep forgetting to do it. Okay. I'm gonna leave this here so y'all can have a look at it. I don't know. Maybe you can't read enough of it while I'm gone. Well, it'll take 2 seconds anyway, so I'll leave it here so you can see where we left off. I'll be back. I'm gonna go take that really quick. Oh my gosh, didn't even eat my snack yet. It's perfect. BRB. Thanks for the reminder. The inadvertent reminder. Oh my gosh, somebody took my glasses while I was taking my medicine. Oh no. Now they're going to take the wrong ones. Oh no. Luckily, I took my medication before coming back up here. Goodness. Okay. So let's make a new file here. Oh, okay. Another thing is I did decide I'm going to use obsidian because as much as I love Foundry and playing Fabula Ultima in Foundry, I think if I used Foundry while being a solo player, I would just be like fiddling with it all the time. Fiddling with the tokens, fiddling with the map, fiddling all the stuff, you know, and so I think it'll just be for the best if I play it in Obsidian. That way I focus on it. Definitely not because we're in there. I mean, that is also true, but I did have a long think about it, and as cool as it would look, I think I would spend too long fiddling with it, and whereas if I'm playing it in Obsidian, I'm spending time actually playing the game. You know what I mean? And so that's what I decided. I don't need any fancy bells and whistles, even though I think it would look cool. That's all right. We don't need to. Okay. So we are returning to the manor. We played as Indigo last time, and then the prologue was from Celine's point of view, and so we should play as one of the other characters. So I think we're either gonna play as Orion or Kale. That's not actually a bad idea. I tend to program macros instead of playing, as you might have noted. Yeah, exactly. It's very easy to get fidgety. Who is that? Oh my gosh. Yeah, who am I? Who are you? Yeah, let's see if... I don't know. Who do we want to be the POV character? Let's see if we can... So let's make a new table. How do I make new ones? How did I make all of these tables? Oh, here. Let's see here. Okay, so I'll just do this as a random, like, which POV character, even though at this point we've already had two, but it's alright. We've already had Celine. Oh my gosh. Holy! They just really want us to play as Celine. Like, we randomly got Celine 3 times. I think Obsidian might have a bias. Obsidian might be a Celine stan. Okay, I guess it's Kale. No one is the MC. Roll Celine 3 times in a... Right? What the heck? Obsidian? Explain? Holy. Okay, we're gonna play as Kale, because I want to rotate through all 4 of them. So let's play as Kale this time. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that just happened. That's so silly. Okay. Oh no, you died. Oh, I'm gonna Mike Wazowski myself. All this stuff is in this corner. Hang on. Let me move where my little games are. I guess here is okay. I think this should be fine. Okay. Okie dokie. Well, Kale, I say Kale is the POV character, but we're writing this in I'm writing this in 3rd person anyways, so I think it's alright. Okay. Death is just a state of being, usually a permanent one. Oh no. Alright. I think these are a little bit too loud. Ginger, always good for digestion. Oh gosh, right? Ooh, I forgot to eat my snacks. Look at these snacks. I brought these cheese snacks and I forgot to eat them. Eat one of them as I typed, especially since he's talking about eating dinner. Well. Hey Cassie, good to see you. How is everyone doing tonight, by the way? Let's see if I remember how this goes. Well, let's just do a roll for funsies. I want to see if he can eat fast without choking. His dexterity is just sort of okay. I think it'll be funny. Difficulty level should be easy. Well, could be easy, so let's say it's a 7. All right. His dexterity is a D6. I think it's just dexterity. Okay. Oops, I opened the wrong one. Actually, I do need to... How did I do this? Okay. What I wrote. No, it's DL7. So a difficulty level of 7 is supposed to be easy. I'm trying to remember. Okay. It was a D6 and a D6, right? Hi, the tea is steeping now, settling in for a cozy night. Oh, that sounds lovely. What tea are you drinking? Decent. I got my game of hosting tomorrow. The players have no idea they're about to accidentally unleash a piece of a shadow demon's soul. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they won't know what hit them. Oh my goodness. Surely they'll be fine. I did the lemongrass ginger like chicken suggested. Awesome. Yeah, that is a good one. Let's see. Oh, I missed your message. He may have indecisive blueberry, Earl Grey, or lemongrass ginger. Oops. Somehow I missed it. I think I was looking down and another message pushed it up. I would have actually chosen the other tea, but ginger will be good for your tummy. Well, let's see if he succeeds. Well, he got exactly a 7. Perfect. That's a success. So I use these little callouts because if it turns out it's a failure, I can do that and it turns it red. But if it's not a failure, I just, you know, I'm gonna assume success. And then if it turns out to be a failure, I just type fail. That way I can read it. That's funny. Eating my string cheese. Hold on. Oh wait, does Kale have siblings? I think Kale actually does have siblings. Okay. Oh. Deception time. Insight, willpower, maybe. This might be a little harder. Let's say DL 10, just average. Nice. Hi, nice contacts. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Open this other thing. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Let me roll for Indigo's reaction, because here, this is where I need to do the make this really quick. How are you doing, Norm? These are what we roll on for their mood based on how well we get along. I don't know why empathetic and sympathetic are really two different things, but oh well. Alright, so that's nice. And then... we're making the tables today too, so as I said at the beginning, because I have, you know, this is not a well-oiled machine yet, so we're making some of the systems too. I lost a go-kart championship with friends and now I must live with the consequences. Oh no, what are the consequences? Instead of ironic, should be sarcastic. Like being berated for not using the correct lane when going slow. Oh no. I see. I'm sorry. Okay, I see why they did ironic there. Aha. Okay. Okay, I think that's fine. My -2 and -1 are really similar. Like, they're all pretty much the same. I'm gonna get rid of arrogant in the -2 and change this to, like, combative. Or uncooperative. Yeah, I live in a place where I have to drive a lot, but I understand. Tough. Alright, we've been listening to this song for a bit. Also, I saw that comment earlier about if you start playing Final Fantasy again, it's my fault. I need to replay Final Fantasy 6 too, but like, time wear. This is my favorite Final Fantasy. I would listen to the orchestral version if I wouldn't get pinged for listening to it on the stream, man. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna do a check. How did I do it here? Checking. Waiting for the FFT remake to have a mod to bring back the iconic death. Oh my gosh. Don't worry, I love it though. Get to have fun with friends. That's good. Also, one of them convinced me to try Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X is a great one. I don't want a driver's license. Will delay getting one as long as possible. Oh man, I got one almost as soon as I could. Yeah, where I live, you kind of have to drive. Can't get around it. This place is very car dependent. Where I live has almost no public transit. If I didn't drive, I wouldn't be able to do anything. It's convenient, but it is kind of annoying. Alright, how do I want to do this? Still kind of creative writing. Can't roll for everything. Let's see. Remember. Let's do inside and maybe just inside. Oh, this should be an easy check. Yeah. Okay, so he did really well on his insight check, and so he notices that there's no light coming from the windows, but he did well enough on his insight to be intelligent and know, like, hey, it's not that late, like, we just ate dinner, and so it's probably, while it is dark, it's probably not, they might still be awake inside the mansion. Actually, I want to roll for his Indigo's mood. Dystopia campaign idea where everyone live and die by their cars like one's exoskeleton. Oh my gosh, yeah, your car being the most important asset. You have to repair it all the time. Oh wait, that's just real life. Okay.
Atomic Sorcery is prolonging
Yay!
their stay in the
Hi,
secret
Atomic.
clubhouse.
Thanks for the sub. Doing well, doing well. Playing some Fabula Ultima. Oh, I'm kind of writing right now. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I guess it should be a group check. How do I do a group check? Or it's like an assistance check, right? Group checks. The characters nominate a leader. This is the character who will perform the final check, determine the action's outcome. Everyone else acts as a supporting character. I think Indigo should probably be the leader. I don't know, is he particularly good at sneaking? He's not very dexterous. Maybe it should be Celine. Or not, sorry, not Celine, Orion. Yeah, her dex is the highest. I think Oriana is good for this kind of situation. Let's see. So it's like a stealth check. So, yeah. Well, their situation, moving silently, is dex, so I guess that's good. Okay. Okay. So each supporting character that's... So basically, they all do it with a difficulty level of 10. And then each success will be a +1. Okay, I see. I need to do the difficulty level... Aha. Okay. Let me make a note of this somewhere. Yeah, each bond is also +1. The only one that has a strong bond with her is Celine, so she'll only get the +1 from Celine. Okay. So 7, easy. 10 is normal. 13 is hard. 16 is very hard. Okay. I'm gonna say that this one is hard because they're trying to sneak into this place at night and there's security and all sorts. Okay. I'm gonna go one at a time. Indigo's dex is a D8. Okay, that's a success. Celine's is also D8. That's a failure. And then Kale. His dex is... Oh god, his dex is only a D6. Okay. That's also a fail. Okay. But then she gets a +1 from the bond, so... So she's gonna go last. So this is Orion. She's got 2d10s +2. Oh god! Oh no! This is, Wait a minute. How many Fabula points do I have? How many Fabula points do I have? This is not good. I need them to succeed. Okay, I had fumbles. Hang on. Let me go back and look at my previous 2 scenes. I need to know how many Fabula points I have. I need to make a footer. This is terrible. Start with 1. When I fumble a check, I get another +1, so let's see here. Passed that one. We failed 1, so we have 2. And then let me check scene 1. There's another fumble. Another fumble. Another fumble. Or no, it's not a fumble, that's just a fail. Hang on. Fumble is like a really bad... Okay, never mind, it's not quite that bad. Well, this is a 2. Actually, I think that is this one is a fumble because like that's the lowest. What is a fumble anyways? Oh yeah, this one was a fumble because I rolled a 2. So that is a 1 fumble. Okay. That's where we're at. So I have 2 Fabula points currently. So this is a fail. I'm gonna use a Fabula point. Yeah, re-roll dice during a check. Yup. I get to invoke a trait. Oh my gosh. What traits does she have? What are her traits anyway? What a trait? Hang on. Did I give them traits? Oh, their identity, origin, and theme. Hope. Free-spirited, reckless. I don't know if this really... That doesn't really work. But hope... Her theme is hope. And, I want her to have hope that she can succeed in helping her friends. Like, let's invoke, I don't know. Oh no, wait, this is Kale. Hang on, why was I looking at Orion's? It's Kale's. Kale is supposed to be a prodigy. The young and famous floralist. His theme is belonging. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so same thing. He's gonna invoke his theme of belonging because he's like, no, I gotta make sure my friends and I can, you know. That is funny. Prodigy at produce. Oh wait, no, I was using Orion's because Orion is the leader of this check. So we're gonna have Orion roll again. Holy... Okay, well, we failed. Still a failure. Amazing. Amazing. It's okay to fail. It's not okay to fail because now I don't know what to do. Okay, well, I guess we just have to wait it out and try again. Well, but that's a fumble. This is not a fumble, I just failed. So I don't get anything. I simply failed the check. Fumble, it's like a critical failure. I didn't get a critical fail, I was 2 away. Okay. Well, we'll just put the music on shuffle for now. I don't want to listen to the same song over and over. Success at a cost. I don't know. I think we're just gonna have to wait a while longer and try again. Hi, Viper.
Casawamp
hello.
is raiding with 8 froggos.
Ah, hello. Thank you for the raid. Oh my gosh. Hi. Oh, you were playing Silent Hill F. That's awesome. I was watching another friend play some of that last night. Hope you had a great stream. Thanks for the raid. For those of you that don't know me, I am Hime Utsugi. I am a parrot VTuber. I mostly play solo TTRPGs, which is what I'm doing right now. I am playing a solo session of FABULA ULTIMA. My party is trying to sneak into this suspicious mansion, and we just failed the group check twice, so I'm trying to think of what the heck I want to do next. But yeah, I normally do solo TTRPGs, tabletop role-playing games, the occasional video game, but yeah, TTRPGs are sort of my bread and butter. I do go by they, them pronouns. If you'd like to come on in, we're just having a chill, cozy time watching my poor characters fail their checks, I guess, but if you have to raid and run, totally understand. Take care of yourself. I don't know how long you were streaming, but definitely have a snack, have a stretch and all that. And if you're settling in and hanging out, then this is what we're doing. I need to figure out what our next plan is, because we just tried to sneak into the manor and it did not work, so. They already got caught earlier, hence the original plan, and I don't know. I guess I could just try to barge in, but then they might get in trouble. The whole reason we're doing this is because they already got caught earlier. I'm gonna stretch my legs, but then I'll be back to watch. Okay, yeah. Wait, where did it go? Oh, I forgot to set the DL. But I guess it's fun. I was gonna set it as average, but he failed. They got caught. Well, they weren't sent to the dungeon. They were just yelled at. Hopefully. Use ritualism to create site-based illusions. Just do this way. Let's see, yeah, so he has this ability called Mirage. So yeah, we'll just do that. Okay, let me read what we have so far, because I feel like I've been typing a lot, and we'll go from there. Or, I don't know, I guess y'all can read it on the screen as I go. I'd rather maybe save that for the video, because I do want to do, kind of like how I did the other video I put up on YouTube for this. I do want to, like, read and act through the stuff in the recap, and so, I mean, y'all can see it up on the screen, so maybe I don't need to read it. Maybe I'll read it at the end of the scene. I don't know. Okay. Okay. One way or another, I'd appreciate it. I do have you on my second screen. Okay, I think in that case, yeah, let me read through this part then before we get, because this next part is gonna be like a whole separate scene, I think, so let me read through what we have so far. Okay. At dinner with his family that night, Kale is unusually quiet. It's not that his mood is low or anything, just that he's nervous about what he and his friends are about to do. Is everything all right, honey? His mother asks. Huh? Oh, yes, everything's fine. I was just thinking about something. Kale pokes at his food. Then he passed a dex check. Ultimately, however, he decides that espionage requires energy and begins shoveling rice and spinach into his mouth with gusto. Okay, I'm off. Huh? Where are you going? It's dark out. Kale's younger sister Minnie asks, and then he passes an insight and will check. Kale makes up some story about meeting up with his friends to look at the stars, and just is barely able to keep Minnie from tagging along. By the time he gets up to the top of the hill, the other three are already there. I rolled for Indigo's mood, which was helpful. Is everything all right? You took a while. Yeah, I just had to convince Minnie not to come along. Maybe you should have brought her. Even Lady Demetria wouldn't be able to resist Minnie, cute as she is. It's almost her bedtime anyway. So, what are we doing exactly? We need to sneak closer to the mansion, but it's uphill. She'll be able to see us from her balcony window almost no matter what we do. Kale notices that there's no light coming from the windows. The building has 3 floors with a balcony on the 3rd floor. Famously, Lady Demetria has been nearly alone there for years. I don't see any lights on. Did Lady Demetria keep any servants still? Just one maid, I hear. For a huge manor like that? The poor maid must be working herself to the bone. Well, it's not that late yet, though. Either of them might still be awake. Then I rolled for Indigo's mood again and got pragmatic. I say we wait a while longer. We wouldn't want to get caught snooping around, Indigo suggests. Everyone agrees. So the 4 of them hang out for a while, close enough to the hill to see the manor, but far away enough that Lady Demetria won't spot them so easily. Orion conjures some fire for some light, and Indigo sketches away as usual. Even Celine seems to be sketching something. What have you got there? Oh, some ideas for some cakes I want to try baking later. For some reason, even though she's generally a great cook, Celine is absolutely awful at baking. Every cream puff or even loaf of bread she tries to bake comes out as a monstrosity. She never sees it that way, though, and delights in forcing such gifts upon her friends and family. It's a good thing I specialize in herbs and tonics. I'd better steer clear of her place the next few days while she's working on those. Another hour or 2 goes by. A lot of the other townsfolk in Breezeburg have started to settle in for the night. The lights around them begin to dim, one by one. The 4 of them decide to sneak up to the manor, nominating Orion as the leader, and then they failed. I used a Fabula point to invoke Orion's theme of hope, and we failed again. Unfortunately, as they approach the manor, Orion stops everyone. Shh, I can still hear people moving around inside. Either Lady Demetria is still awake, or the maid is. Indigo frowns at this, which makes Kale nervous. Indigo can be rather moody when things don't go his way. We can't just wait around all night. Unfortunately, he failed his insight check here. Unfortunately, Kale can't seem to think of a better plan than waiting either. Indigo, why don't you try using your magic to create a distraction?
distraction. Yeah, maybe we're going about this the wrong way. Why don't you create an illusion at the back of the mansion? Won't that draw their attention away so we can run up to the front? Then Lady Demetria won't be able to see us from the balcony because we'll be directly below. Oh, I see. Yeah, I think I could try that. That's where we are right now, so, let's see. Yeah, so they are trying to sneak in. The main reason they're trying to sneak in is that when they came up to the mansion before, it was during the day, and they heard a strange, like, crying, moaning, sound of somebody clearly in distress coming from the mansion. And then they tried to get a better look, but Lady Demetria saw them and sort of yelled at them, and they were like, let's come back at night. And now they're back at night, and they're still having some trouble getting in. Oh, my glasses are finally back. Thank you. I can see again. Okay. So I think... Yeah, I don't know if I have to roll for this. I think it should be pretty... So he makes an explosion. It's a mythic. Yes. Very likely, yes. Okay, so my oracle check was... What if they disguised themselves and tried to sell insurance to the lady at night? I don't think so. And this is a small town. Everybody knows everyone. I think we should be okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay, where's the... Actually, did we talk about that windmill in the first one? Oh yeah, the great windmill. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Might be insight and let me see here. Yeah, inside, I think. Yeah. Okay, well, finally a success. Okay. So I'm gonna roll for her mood. Chatty. Oh my gosh. Orion is chatty. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna make this check from, for her, for Celine. Let's do Dexterity and Might, D8, D10. That's a D8 and a D10, okay. Okay, good. Okay, let me read this part. Kale can see how excited his friend is at the thought of using and applying his magic. Still, he's never done it before, so it takes some discussing back and forth until Indigo decides exactly on what sort of illusion to conjure up. Ultimately, he decides to conjure up an illusion of an explosion. The sound and look of the explosion actually manage to draw the maid out of the manor. She runs out the back door to investigate. The group takes this opportunity to run up the hill, sticking their bodies close to the walls of the manor. After a while, they hear the sound of the back door closing as the maid returns. Now the coast is clear, so long as they crouch below the windows and stick to the perimeter of the building. Wow, that windmill on the roof really is huge when we see it up close like this. That's true. Still, I wonder why the blades won't move. It's always windy in Breezeburg. Even now there's a strong breeze, yet the blades of the windmill at the top of the manor don't budge. Maybe they're rusted or something? Strange. After waiting a bit to catch their breath, suddenly the crying sound they heard before comes back. It really sounds like someone wailing in misery. I know, it's awful. And then Kale passes his insight check. So Kale notices that the sound seems to be coming from the side of the building, and he gestures in that direction. The group quietly tiptoes to that side and sees a window that's been boarded up shut. After a little while, they can hear the crying again. It sounds as if it's just on the other side of the wall. Also, hi Izzy! Good to see you. And so I rolled for Orion's mood and got chatty. I think we could break down these boards, but it'll make a lot of noise. Maybe we should try to find another window. Wait, are we actually going to break in? That's a crime! So is trespassing, which we're already doing anyway. You can't just casually justify committing crimes! So are you going to go in with us or not? Well, I can't just stay out here. Let me see if I can pry off some of these boards instead of smashing them. And then Celine passed her, dex and might check. Using her frying pan almost as a lever, Celine is able to pry the nails out of some of the boards. Orion holds the boards as she does so, quietly and gently taking them and placing them on the ground once the nails holding them in place have been pried off. Between the two of them, they manage to remove enough of the boards that a person could squeeze in. How you doing, Izzy? Oh, wow, we're really doing this, Celine gulps, the reality of the situation sinking in at last. Orion places their hand on their friend's shoulder. Yep. And you're an accomplice already, so you might as well come along. A moon princess would never abandon her friends in need, Celine says with a determined smile. The four of them squeeze into the gap between the windowsill and the remaining boards. Quietly entering the manor. Ooh, I'm well, just enjoying my weekend. Hope you are well. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Playing some Fabula Ultimas. We're having a good time. Just doing this scene here. Just a couple of friends trying to break into a suspicious manor. You know. Hi, Noelle. Good to see you. Okay. So we're now inside the manor. I wonder if I can get another scene. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yay, do crime. Yeah, they are doing a crime. Why don't they report to the authority first like a law-abiding citizen, SMH? Because then we would not have a story. Come on, Norm. What authorities? Holy, this is the only noble in town. They're in this lady is in authority. Okay. Lawless town, where's the sheriff when you need them? Oh my gosh. No sheriffs. Plus they're just having fun. They're just trying to help. Gotta do some reckless kid things, you know what I mean? See if the door is gonna... Is the door creaky? Extreme no! I forgot to put it on this one. Okay. I think Bob shot the sheriff, but he didn't shoot the deputy at least. Oh my gosh. What if the lady called the sheriff on them for trying to break into her property? Well, they're gonna have to deal with that when it happens. But the thing is, she would have to leave her mansion for that to happen, and she has not left her mansion in years, so I think they're just taking the chance. Trying out some solo rules from the Enigmorphs RPG I told you about. So far, so good. I'll try to make a PDF for it so you can try it out. Oh, cool. Nice. Oh no, no long distance communication. What a sad world. Nope. No phones. I guess she could send her maid out to get the sheriffs, but, you know. Let's just say I don't think Lady Demetria wants to, wants anyone to come and investigate. Well, now we're gonna have to do another group check. It's not gonna go well. It's another Dex group check. We're gonna try to be stealthy again. I have a feeling it's not gonna work. Okay. That's a fail. Celine. This is also D8. That's a fail. The D6. D8. Wow, that's 3 failures. That's great. Oh no, we are really bad at stealth. This is, we are very bad at stealth. To be fair, this is very, very like my JRPG experience because anytime I have to play a mini game where I'm like avoiding guards or sneaking around, I always fail at those two. I remember rage quitting Tales of Fantasia because I could not get past this like guard sequence. No, they are not the sneaky types. It's pretty bad. But the thing is, Indigo and Celine and Orion all have pretty high dex. It's like D8s. How did all 3 of them fail? It's just terrible. Like, absolutely terrible. About as stealthy as a fire giant breakdancing in Belle and LED-covered dance outfit. Oh my god, it wasn't that bad. I just needed a 13 and I got an 8. It's not like a fumble, it's just sad. Oh my god, it's terrible. It does say in the book that if the PCs manage to meet her, Demetria is grumpy but not overtly hostile. That's interesting. Actually, I guess I should roll for her reaction. Oh, yep, ironic. Okay. I think we have to fight. Okie dokie. Let me read this part, because we're about to enter combat. I already read this part. The four of them squeeze into the gap between the windowsill and the remaining boards, quietly entering the manor. The room they first enter is one clearly not used. The furniture is draped in white cloths as well as layers and layers of dust. The crying starts up again, but it's not coming from the room that they're in. Following the sound leads to a door. There's no light coming from under it, Orion mutters, then drops to the ground to take a peek through the gap between the door and the floor. Looks like this leads into a hallway. Orion, and I used an oracle. Is the door creaky? Extreme no, very quiet. Orion opens the door, which doesn't creak even a little. As they said, it leads into a hallway. There's no lights on and no one seems to be around. They follow the sound of the crying and it takes them down the hall into another room. Or towards another room. Just as they're about to decide whether or not to go inside, the crying abruptly stops as Lady Demetria's voice rings out from behind the door. I already told you I'm sorry. What more do you want? I don't want your apologies. I want you to let me out. You know why I can't do that. Listen, I'll do whatever else you want. I'll bring you whatever you want. Just stay in here. It's for the good of Breezeburg. You'll pay for this. I already am. Why is it playing? It's just red. Okay. Hearing footsteps as Lady Demetria approaches, the group runs down the hall back the way they came, but unfortunately I failed the stealth check yet again. Unfortunately, they had a late start due to their delayed reaction, and Lady Demetria is very close to the door. When she opens the door and steps out into the hall, she spots them immediately. And I rolled for her mood, and I got ironic, so she's not, like, super angry, I guess. You lot again? How did you get in here? Lady Demetria sounds more weary than angry. Well, would you believe it if we said we got lost? Don't test my patience, please. We heard a strange noise. A crying noise. We just couldn't let it be. Lady Demetria's eyes dart back towards the door. She lets out a long sigh. It's none of your business. Go home. You're holding someone in there against their will. Yeah, how do you expect us to just leave after hearing that? So you won't leave my manor? Let them go. Whatever your reason is, it's not right. No one understands. No one has any sympathy for me, for what I have to live with. And, yep, a cue screen shatter, as you said. Alright, where's the battle music? Where is it? Where is it? Where is the battle theme? There's 61 tracks, and I can't find it. Is it not called the battle theme? Oh, here it is. It's like, okay. Okay. I need my call out. Okay. Okie dokie. How are we gonna, let's, oh gosh, alright. First I need like some sort of stat block for this lady. Let's see here. This one, okay, let me see. Bestiary. I don't know what this, okay. I guess I'll use this stat block here. Battle Mage. Okay, my personal favorite JRPG OST probably comes from Romancing Saga. Ooh. I'll have to add, yeah, that's true, it does have an, this, I should listen to other OSTs too, I tend towards ones that are nostalgic to me. I listen to a whole lot of, Octopath on here. Okay, okay, I have her stat block. How are we gonna do this? It's pretty much just turn-based, so let's see. I have, oh, thanks for the follow. Okay, so this is the first time I've done combat in this campaign. That's what I'll do. Let me screenshot her stat block, but I think I'm just gonna use this stat block. It's level 20, are we gonna be okay? I guess if there's just one of her and a whole bunch of us, it's okay, and it's okay if we lose, because... Okay. Wait, can't wait for the official bestiary soon. Yeah, right? True. Okay, let me rename this to be the Battle Maid. Okay, so I have that in there, so at least I know what she's doing. Yeah, can't wait for the official bestiary. I think that'll help, because I think that's the main thing that people complain about in this game, is just that. Okay, well, I guess we need to roll for initiative. See. How do we roll for initiative? Let's see. Initiative group check. Okay. Nishia. Yes, it's great and all. Creating enemies is relatively easy, but nothing kills solo play more than having to make your own list of baddies to fight. Yeah, for sure. To be fair, I guess the DM is supposed to do that. But I would say even in group play, imagine the DM having to create their own stat blocks kind of sucks, right? Okay, Dex and Insight. Okay. Well, the Battle Mage's initiative is just 9, so I guess it's not that bad. Supporting characters do the standard. Okay, well, I guess we're just trying to beat a 9 in general. Dex and Int, so Orion, or not Oriana, Indigo should go first. So it's Dex and D8, D8. Okay. Kale, D6 and a D10. Wow, my rolls are just terrible. Holy. 2D8. I don't know why I'm surprised by this. Okay, well she gets a +1. So then Orion gonna get the T10, D8. It should be +2 actually, because we had the bond. Okay, so we very barely pass, so we get to go first. Holy. That is the second part though. The quick NPC creation rules are fine enough if you have to do it on the fly. Yeah, I guess. I think my thing is I'm just gonna use the bestiary and just tweak it if I feel like I have to. That's kind of tough, but yeah. Some of us have boss designer mindset, tailor-made battle to maximize suffering and triumph. Wholly agree. That is true. I guess it's tough when it's solo because I don't necessarily know what I'm gonna run up against until it happens. Okay, well, so we get to go first. Holy, okay. Thing is, because why are there 2 values? Oh, is this because this is her, when she's in critical condition or whatever? Holy, she has 80 HP. This is gonna be okay. I guess, I hope so. Okay, what do we do? Let's see here. During a conflict, if there are no magic seeds, you may use an action to spend 20 mind points to plant a magic seed of a type you have discovered. After you plant a magic seed, you may perform a free attack with an equipped weapon or perform the spell action for free. Casting a spell with a total... Oh, we don't have any spells. Oh, well, we do. Do we? No, we don't. Casting... Let's treat the high roll. Equal to 0 and determining... Okay, I see. Huh. Interesting. Who should go first? Okay. This is the tough part. Okay, where should Celine go first? Yeah. Maybe Celine is just gonna go attack. How do we know how much, oh, she has a -3 to initiative. My bad. I forgot about their bad initiative. It's fine. They already failed anyways. It's interesting when I have a team that's like weird like this. I guess I'll have Orion attack first. When you perform a melee attack, you may spend 10 mind points to choose one option. Which I guess I'll do that. Oh, what happened? No, come back. I think I'm gonna wait until the end of the month when the PDFs come out. I didn't mind for my solo world to be a take on Made in the Abyss. I see. Okay, well, I'm gonna have her use her 10 mind points, and she's gonna make the attack multi. So I guess she just gets to attack twice. Okay. Okay. So Dex and Insight. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me make sure to perform a melee attack. Choose a target, perform an accuracy check. The difficulty level is equal to the target's defense score. Okay. Their defense is 11. Okay. Alright, so I'm just gonna have Orion attack first. So Orion is gonna do attack with her rapier. I guess because of the multi-attack, it's gonna attack twice. So this is Dex and Insight. So Dex and Insight is a D10 and a D8. Yep, that hits. And then you deal damage based on the formula indicated by the weapon. This will generally be a sum of your high roll and a fixed value. My high roll was a 9 plus +1. Oh, no, high roll +6 plus 1 damage. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 damage. Okay, so she's got 80 minus 16. Okay. And then do I have to roll again? So for the multi-hit, do I just roll damage twice, or does it hit twice? Like, how does... Oh, when you perform an attack with the multi, you may select as many different... I don't want that. You perform a single accuracy check, blah, blah, blah. Compared to the defense, determining which of them were hit. Okay, but I just hit the same one twice. Okay. You may select as many different targets. Okay, so it doesn't allow me to hit the same one twice. I see. Okay, never mind then. In that case, I'm just gonna not do that. Okay. Yeah, yep, I understand that now. Okay, well, that makes sense. That's a lot of damage though, so that was a good hit. Okay, so now it's the battle mage's turn. Feel kind of bad for her because she only gets one thing and then we all get to attack her, I guess. Let's see here. So, oh, she can do that. Insight, willpower, +5, yeesh, up to 3 characters. Oh, well, up to 3 creatures. Okay. Each target, yikes. Okay, this might be ouchies. Okay, so she's gonna roll, to do this terrible spell. It's insight and willpower. +5. Oh, this is gonna be ouchie. Okay, so it's a D8 and a D10 +5. It's 11. 11? So is it? Oh, it's based on our magic defense, right? I don't think our magic defense is that high, so 10. So Indigo gets hit. Does Meets It Beats It, right? So I think Celine is okay. Orion is okay. Kale is okay. So actually the only person that gets hit is Indigo. I don't know who she targeted, but I guess Indigo is the one she saw earlier today, so she'd probably hit him. That's fine. So he's gonna take... shoot, her high roll was only a 5, so it's 25 bolt damage. Ooh, yikes. Okay, he's in crisis. Ouchie. And he's dazed. Oh, there's a thing here. That's not good. That's rude. Okay. Well, Orion already went. It's gonna be Celine's turn. So Celine... Well, I mean, it could be anyone, but I'm gonna attack with Celine, I guess. So this is might plus might. Damage HR, okay. Might plus might. Her might is a D10. Hello! Thanks for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so... That's an 8. I think that's a fail. Yeah, her defense is 11, so unfortunately that fails, so Celine misses. Sorry, Celine. And then we have... Well, so both the girls... Well, the girl and the them went. So, Kale... Let's see. During a conflict, if there are no Madaseeds, we can use an action. I don't want to do that. Okay, so we're just gonna have him attack with his staff too. Insight, it is physical damage, so 2d10s. Need an 11. Okay, good, that passes. So it's the high roll plus 6, so 8 plus 6 is 14, so we do 14 more damage to her. Okay, so she has 50 HP left. Yikes. Okay, it's Indigo's turn. Yep. Dismiss. To Oblivion. Dismiss Oblivion. Oh no, we have to summon the Arcana. No, I don't want to do that. I can summon it and then dismiss it. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna use the action and spend 40 of his MP to summon his Arcanum, which is the Arcanum of the Gate. And so when he does that, he immediately recovers 5 HP, because it's his skill level times 5, so the skill level is just 1, so hey, it's 10. 5 times 1 is 5 HP. Hey, you know what? A little bit is better than nothing. Okay, so that is all of their turns. She's already gone, so it's... Is it back to the top of the turn order, I guess? Because we go first anyways. Or does she get to go? No? Actually... This turn's not as well. There's no fixed okay. So it just kind of comes back to us because there's just one. Just keep alternating. Let the side with the numerical. Okay, I see. All right, so it's back to us anyways. So we're back to the top of the turn order. So we're gonna have Orion attack again. So she's just gonna... We could use magic. How is this person's magic defense? Is magic defense just their regular defense plus 1? Is it different or is it the same? Yep, it is. Okay, so she gets a little bit more magic defense. So it's probably better to just keep attacking her physically then. On the other hand, this does a lot of damage. Yeah, let's just keep doing melee damage. It's alright. Okay. Okay. Nine. Nope, that misses. Specifically, it's their inside. Right. Okay. Well, I meant for the enemy, really. So I know how much my characters have. This says MDef plus 1, so I guess it's just 12. Okay, well, it's her turn now. Well, she used 30 TP just now. Oh. Okay, I have to keep track of her TP. Okay, she just used 30. I guess she's gonna use this again to try to hit them. Okay, so she's gonna roll. It's 8 plus 1 equals 9. And NPCs can also spend... I should have used my magic then. I see. Okay. I did not know. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna retcon. I'm just gonna go back and use this magic because I did not realize. In that case, yeah, it's better to hit her with magic because it's only a 9 compared to an 11. Okay, so I'm gonna use Flare. So that's 20 MP. And then, yup. You channel a single ray, so for her magic... it's insight and willpower. So 2d8. Wow. Wow, that's a double fumble. That's... I'm going to invoke her, like, recklessness to be like, nope, I'm gonna push through. My magic is gonna work. Gosh darn it. We're gonna roll again. But that does use my other Fabula points, so I have 0. On the other hand, that was a fumble just now, because I rolled 2 1s, so I think I'm spending the Fabula point I got just now. Okay, so that's 2d8. Yeah, this is insight and willpower, man, okay. You can't invoke a fumble, why not? Why can't I do that? Okay, well, it's still a fail, so I guess it doesn't matter. Alright. You know, D8 and D6 is terrible. You got a Fabula point though. Yeah, well, I can't? Isn't that the whole point that you get to re-roll? Is it not for battles? I can't re-roll during battle? Thought that was the whole point of it. I had one Fabula point. Fumbles are special. Oh, I see. Okay, I see. Alright, well, that sucks. I don't know what happens when I... It's always a failure. Okay, well, I guess that makes sense. Whoever controls your opposition in this scene gets an opportunity. But when you spend an opportunity... No, it's the other way around. I think it's just gonna make her weak, or make them weak. Not her, the Orion, because Orion tried using their magic and they're not super great at it right now, so I'm just gonna make them weak for a bit. I don't really know what that means. Page 94. Temporal. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, I forgot that Kale Indigo was dazed. It didn't matter because I didn't use his insight die anyways. He didn't really do anything. Oh god. How long is he doing that for? Okay, I think we're just stuck with it. Alright, well, anyway, so we're rolling for Lady Demetria. Yeah. I have the book open, so when I ask these questions out loud, it's a bit of a rhetorical question, I'm sorry. Okay, so she's gonna use this again. So insight and willpower, so that's D8, D10. Oh no, I think that hits everybody. So she's gonna go for probably everybody except Kale. That definitely hits. So, the high roll is 9, so that's 29 bolt damage. Okay, well, so Indigo gets knocked out. Wow, he had like no HP, it was not good. Celine, what did we say? 29 bolt damage? That's not good. Okay. Cool. Well, Indigo has been knocked out. Okay. Oh, you're fine. I didn't see your answer until I already had figured out the answer because I'm looking, my book is like on the left of the screen and chat is on the right side of the screen. So by the time I saw it, it was like, yeah. I don't mind backseating. Like, I don't mind people answering my questions. I'm just, I have the book open, so whenever I'm asking this out loud, I'm already looking at the book. So by the time I look back over at chat, I already have the answer. That's all. Sorry. Okay. Well, Orion already went. I guess we'll have Celine go. Didn't do anything last time. Yeah, she's only having one turn per round, I know. Her turn is just really, really good. Wow, we missed again! Hello? Sheesh. Oh, I also get a Fabula point because this is the villain. I didn't think about that, so I'm at 3 Fabula points now. I can re-roll this, right? Because it's not a fumble. I want her, I'm invoking her theme of ambition because she's like, no, I have to hit. I can't not hit twice in a row. I try to make it a good practice as to not backseat regardless. Oh, I don't mind backseating though. Like, I literally have a tag that says backseating is okay. I generally like it when people answer my questions. I'm not, I wasn't trying to tell you not to backseat. I was just saying that I'm already, like, when I'm saying this, I have the book open. I just don't want you to waste your time because by the time I see your answer, I've already gotten the answer. That's all. I don't mind backseating at all for myself personally. Yeah, I'm gonna use the Fabula point and have her try again. This is invoking her ambition because she's like, no, I can't embarrass myself twice in a row. Girl, please. Thank you. It hits. So the damage is the plus 5, so 19 is 14. It's 14 damage. Physical brawling, melee, okay. What did I say? 9 plus 5, yeah, so 14 damage. How has Fabula Ultima been solo? I was under the impression it was better with a group since it's so combat focused. I think it's fine. I mean, I just started. This is literally my first battle, so... Every time you complain about this, it makes me more excited to play Draw Steel with you. Complain about what? Well, she is in, whatchamacallit, she's in Crisis now. Missing. Oh, I miss all the time. I mean, y'all know my dice rolls are terrible. I don't know why that makes you excited for me to be terrible at rolling. This is like common knowledge that I'm terrible at rolling. Okay, Orion has gone, Celine has gone, Indigo is knocked out, so I guess Kale is gonna go. That's a miss. So we're back to the top of the turn order. Actually, no, it's too late. I already did it. It's fine. So Kale missed. We're gonna go back with Orion. Yeah, the fire did not work out very well, so let's just go back to using your dex and insight. +1. That is, yep, that hits. So it's a high roll +6, so that is 15. Okay, now it is her turn. Unfortunately, she could use Fulgur one more time, but she's getting kind of weak. I'm gonna see if she is, like, gonna give up or not. 50-50, let's say. Does Lady Demetria surrender? Oh, yes. Cool. Yeah, because we got her down to, like, her last 20 HP, and it's not like she's trying to kill us. Okay. Well, I think we're just gonna stop. Okay. It's into the odd style, so progress is tiered. This tutorial battle is something else. Maybe it's a scripted lost instead. I don't know. It's not really meant to be a... I don't know what into the odd style means. I mean, I know what into the odd is, but I haven't played it. Okay. Yeah, I just needed that there for the... Actually, it was for... Yeah, it's like lightning damage. Well, for flavor reasons, I'll say it's wind damage. Okay. How do I say? Where is the thing? Do. Uh, そうですね。まあ今はあんまり喋ってないんだけど。まあ5分ね。じゃあね。そう。日本語喋ると英語書くのは辛い。なんか辛いじゃなくて難しい。 ストレッチね。おい。セリーナ。これ、8ね。違う。セリンじゃなくてケールね。だからこれは作戦通り。こんにちは。今は、日本語。まあ、2分、まだ2分だけ。2分まあいい。今はこのシーン。書くの時間。Oh, it's been more than 5 minutes, yeah. Basically, I was just like, oh, Well, you activated Japanese, but I'm not really talking much right now because I'm writing, so I didn't really say very much. But yeah, so let me read through this part. I'm not really sure how we're gonna resolve this. Okay, we read this, and then we had combat. Lady Demetria attacks the group using strong wind magic. She manages to knock Indigo out cold, but Orion and Celine manage to fight back against her. She knocks Indigo out cold, but Orion and Celine manage to fight back against her, dealing enough damage that the noblewoman deems it more prudent to stop. She raises her hands, palms up in a sign of surrender. Letting out a sigh of relief, Kale goes to tend to Indigo, healing him with some herbal tonics that he always has on hand. What happened? Lady Demetria knocked you out, but it's all right now. It's over. She gave up. I had no idea you were such a formidable mage. There's a lot you kids don't know. Are you satisfied now? There's something strange about her tone. Shaking their head, Orion moves to open the door that Lady Demetria came out of. There's nobody in there. What? Lady Demetria rushes past them and back into the room, then lets out a loud cry of her own. How could this be? When the group follows after her, they see a huge hole in the wall where something clearly blasted its way out. It seems whoever Lady Demetria was holding in here has escaped. This is all your fault! I got distracted when I heard you all sneaking around in the hallway like rats. This isn't the time for that. Who are you holding in there? Another mage like yourself? I suppose there's no point in hiding things now. It was Zephyr, the spirit of air. What? The spirit of air? How could you do such a thing? She won't say anything more. Suddenly, the entire building starts to shift as if there's an earthquake happening. Going on his intuition, because he passed the insight check, and this is where, I was saying in Japanese, I was like, oops, I used Celine's stats for some reason instead of Kale's, but I will re-roll for Kale, basically. Going on his intuition, Kale runs down the hall and out the front door. Sure enough, the giant windmill on the top of the manor is now spinning wildly, so much so that it almost seems to be lifting the building from the hill. Is that Zephyr? Zephyr's magic? Oh no. That old windmill hasn't moved for as long as I've been alive. Was it really because you had Zephyr trapped in here? And then I rolled her mood and got suspicious, but Lady Demetria refuses to answer any more of their questions. She only stares up at the windmill in a look of utter horror. And I think that is where this scene is going to end. Okay. Did you know that wind comes from birds flapping their wings? And there's windy places because they have a lot of birds flapping their wings, and places that have no wind, like the desert, well, there's not a lot of birds flapping around, so that's why there's not very much wind there. Yep. Hope you enjoyed that fun fact about the wind, since we're talking about the wind in the game right now. True facts. I know, I only tell you true facts. Oh my, I never knew. I know, right? Aren't you so glad that you found out? Okay, so that is going to be the end of that scene. Yeah, a lot happened. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so, basically... Well, sandstorm isn't caused by wind. It's caused by sand. Duh. Yeah, so basically... If you came in kind of late, this is continuing from that first scene that was in that other little real recap video that I had. But basically in this scene, they went back to the manor at night to try to sneak in. They sort of failed at sneaking in, but then they got the great idea to have Indigo use some of his illusion magic. Oh, I forgot. Oh, no, Indigo didn't get to use his spirit because he got knocked out. I should have had Indigo go first, because it does a lot of damage, but I messed up. Anyways, so they failed to sneak in, but they had Indigo use his illusion magic to cause like a distraction. They made like a pretend explosion to attract the maid's attention, and then they were able to sneak in. But then they heard a little bit of Lady Demetria talking to whoever she was holding captive by, you know, but when they tried to get information, they got caught sneaking around, so she attacked them when they refused to leave. And but they did enough damage that I rolled, you know, she was in crisis for over a turn, and so I had her roll to see if she would surrender, and she did surrender, so... Yep. So that's that. And it turns out that she was holding Zephyr, the spirit of air, inside of the manor. And when she heard them, because I failed the stealth check, and so she maybe wasn't paying close attention to how well Zephyr was, like, held, and so when she was fighting with them, Zephyr escaped. And so now Zephyr is out and about. And that could have some implications. But we don't know what might happen. Okay. Well, I think that's gonna be a good ending point. So we're just gonna have to see what happens next time. But yeah, there's the noble woman was holding the spirit of wind, or the spirit of air, captive inside of her manor. But the thing is, there's this mystery, right, is that she hasn't left the place since her father passed away. And so could it be that her father passed away while capturing the spirit of air? Who knows? We don't know, right? And so, yep, now Zephyr is free, and we don't know what's going to happen because Zephyr seemed very upset, for obvious reasons, because Zephyr was saying, like, you'll pay for this. And so, something is probably going to happen. But I think this is a good place to end this for today, because we had a nice, long, juicy scene. We did our first combat. I think it went pretty okay, all things considered. I don't really know how to scale things, because the thing is, right now, each of my characters is only level, level 5? But I figured there's 4 of them, and so even though the enemy was level 20, I was like, well, I have 4 level 5 people, so that adds up to 20, right? So maybe it's okay. I think it was fine. She did do a lot of damage, but she could only do it so many times. Actually, she did it a 3rd time, so she actually used up all of her TP. No, actually, did she? I can't remember. But yeah, so she did a lot of damage, but she could only use that super powerful magic so many times, and so there is that. And the thing is that Celine, the rest of them have pretty high magic defense, and so they didn't even get hit the first time. It's just poor Indigo has so little HP and kept getting hit. It was pretty bad. I mean, Orion and Kale, actually Kale has very little HP too, but she wasn't trying to hit Kale because he was so happy and peppy, and like, what's the point? She only hit him after Indigo already passed out. Number of turns is more impactful than the levels. Yeah, exactly. That's why I figured that it would add up to be okay, because yeah, she's strong, but there's only 1 of her, and we get to attack, you know. Rule of thumb, according to the GM sections, is within 10 levels of the average party level. Whoops. A single enemy should be a champion so they get an equal amount of turns. Nah, I don't want to do that. If she had gotten an equal amount of turns, they would have died, so I think I'm okay. I think that, especially for this being the first combat, I think that was perfectly fair, and we could have gotten her down to 0 HP, but I think in a practical sense, she probably would have surrendered, because she wasn't trying to kill them, she just wanted to scare them off and make them leave, you know? So. Well, would have also been level 10. Yeah, but the thing is, the stat block in the book, she's level 20, like, what else am I supposed to do, you know? Use, like, a wolf stat block or what? I think that's the tricky part, is worrying about this bestiary, because there's, you know, there's only so many things in here. And that's the, because yeah, there were other humanoids I could have used that were level 5, 10, like, I thought about using the mercenary who was level 10, but then I saw Battle Mage, which is the strongest humanoid in the book, by the way. But I was like, yeah, I think because she would be a magic user, especially because she has the spirit of wind, and so I'm just gonna have her be a battle mage, and it's fine. Because the thing is, I could always adjust it on the fly, so if I fought and I was like, okay, this is way too powerful, I would have adjusted it on the fly. But I think that with the damage she could do, but being this powerful lady with this spirit stuck in her house, like, I think it makes sense for her to be powerful, you know? So, I'm okay with it. I think it was fairly balanced. It kind of resolved in a good way, I think. So, let's see. So I have 2 Fabula points. I spent 2. So let's see, how does leveling up? Can't remember the EXP. At the end of each game session, your character will gain a variable amount of experience points. They automatically gain 5. Then they gain an amount equal to the amount of Fabula points spent by the group, divided by the number of player characters. Well, there was only 2. Wait, that doesn't really... Okay, I'm not going to divide it by the number of player characters because I'm only playing as one person at a time, so I'm just going to do the amount of Fabula points I spent, so that's going to be 7. I think that's fine. Cool. If you count her surrendering as a villain, giving up an Ultima point to run away, you get another EXP. You know what? That's true. I didn't think about that. That's true. Because technically she didn't run away, but she surrendered, so... Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. Thank you. Okay, so they're gonna get 7 EXP each. Where do I put that? They actually level up. Everybody levels up. Holy, okay. So everyone's gonna be at 2 XP and they leveled up. Well, alright. Makes sense. Yeah, Fabula ult peeps level fast, which makes sense. The level cap is 50. Yeah, well, I mean, we also had a really tough fight and everything. That's fine. Okay, What do we level up? Okay. Increase your maximum hit points and mind points by 1 point each. Okay. Wow, just 1? Okay. Yeah, I didn't reach 20 or 40, blah, blah, blah. You can increase the level of one of your character's classes by 1, or you gain your first level in a class you didn't already have. Okay. Okay. So, let's see. We'll start with Indigo. Could be Symbolist or Arcanist. Ooh, I think Arcanist, maybe. La 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 la. Let's see here. So we're gonna be an Arcanist level 3. What else will... Oh yeah, I want to put another point in Arcane Regeneration there. Now we get 10 HP when we summon the Arcanum. Assuming you don't have more than 3. Yeah, no. I only have 2 for this dude. Okay, that's fine. So that's what we're gonna do for Indigo. Celine. Celine's got 3, so... Do we want Fury? Let's put the Fury. Yeah, so we'll put another level into Fury and see what we're gonna do. Oh, I like Adrenaline. As long as you're in crisis, you deal extra damage. Wait, what is that? Oh wait, no, those are skills. My bad. No, that's not a... That's a free... Wait, no, that's a skill. Oh, okay. Yeah, I could do Adrenaline. Let's do that. When you're in crisis, we do extra damage. Cool. So she'll do extra damage in crisis, which is good when she's in crisis, which she wasn't at the time. Crisis is just half, right? Do we round up or do we round down? I guess I'll just round down. Okay, I guess that's fine. Okay. So then that was Celine's. Orion. Insight and willpower. Had a player get frustrated because they couldn't figure out how to get into Crisis safely till I pointed out you can use the guard action. Yeah, that's funny. Let's do more Weapon Master. How come she only has the one in Blade? Storm's Blade? Does she have... What? I have 2 skills, 2 levels in Weapon Master, but only 1 Weapon Master skill. Oh, no, never mind. There it is. Yeah, let's do melee weapon mastery. Okay, so she's gonna get another +2 to her accuracy there. Okay. And Kale. Still not super understanding what a floralist really does. Because I felt like it was better for him to just attack, because the thing is, right, so he has the Magiseed. Wait, this is the wrong one. Wait, what the... Oh. Why? What happened to Kale's character sheet? Why does it suddenly have pieces of other people's character sheets? What happened? Huh? Suddenly his skills changed to, like, 2 other people's. What the heck happened? Huh? There, well, here's the Magiseed thing. What is happening with this character sheet? Okay, hang on. I think it's just crapping out the way it looks. Okay. He's supposed to have 36 HP. Weird. Not sure what is happening there. Okay. Not sure what happened. Only seemed to happen to him, because everybody else's character sheet looks fine. Weird. Okay. Alright, let me see. Minion summoner. Yeah, it seems like that. Or like he gets to do these kind of funny things. Oh. He blooms in the late game. Yeah. Okay, let me look at the lore list. Let's see. Doesn't have any spells. Oh, when you plant a Magiseed, you can also do a free attack. So he can plant the seed and attack. Oops. I see. My bad. Yeah, because I gave him the battle gardening skill, so... Oops. So I could have done it every time, my bad. Let's see. You gain the ability to perform rituals of the ritualism discipline. Additionally, let's see here. When you remove a graft. As long as there's a Magiseed in your garden and one or more sections of your growth clock. Okay, yeah. You may use an action to remove the Magiseed from your garden. I see. Or each time you acquire this, let's see, do I want more? He doesn't have any spells though. I think Tree of Life might be good so he could help heal, because right now we technically don't have any healers. But having the 1 point in battle gardening allows me to attack and plant a seed, and I should have done that, and I didn't do that in the last fight. It was kind of a missed opportunity. My bad. Okay. So I can heal my friends, so I can plant a Magiseed and then just remove the Magiseed and heal. That is kind of nice. Definitely a complex to use class, yeah, for sure. I was trying to make complex decisions because I wanted to have a cool party. I didn't necessarily want my party to be traditional, like, JRPG, you know, tank, DPS, healer, so, well, they kind of turned out that way anyways. I have my tank, DPS, healer now. That'll be nice. So I'll keep leveling up his Tree of Life as he levels, and so he'll be our little healer dude. I think it's fine. Indigo! I need to figure out what the heck is going on with him because, I don't know, Symbolist Arcanist is a very interesting combo. We'll see how he goes. I think out of the 4, he's the one that I understand the least in terms of like how he can be useful in combat. But he has that spirit that is pretty cool. I need to better understand how the Arcanist ability works. I just picked some weird classes. I was like, you know, rule of cool. Who's cool? We're all cool. Let's do this. We're gonna do this. Holy, she has so much HP. She should put guard up and guard Indigo because he's like, man. That's funny. Especially now that can be in crisis. If I guard someone, that's a good way to think about it. Okay. Okay, so I think that's it for the level up. And so that is gonna be all, I think. Cool. So they leveled up. Yay! We're level 6. Just a heads up, because it's something specific to Symbolists, their abilities are not spells. Oh yes, I'm in our group. In our group FABULA ULTIMA session, my character is a Symbolist, so I'm very familiar with the Symbolist, what the Symbolists do, but the thing is that I made Indigo a Symbolist Arcanist, and it's the Arcanist part that I don't really know how to use it very well yet. So that's the tricky part, but now the Symbolist part I know, because you're actually just, you're making like a melee attack to see if you hit them with the symbol or not. So that part I'm familiar with, because I play a Symbolist, but yeah, the Arcanist is new to me. The Gourmet part is pretty new. Don't try to do that. Yeah, I think when we return next time, well, we have to play from Orion's point of view because they're the only ones that haven't gone yet, but I think they'll have a nice scene with Celine maybe, and Celine can try some cooking and such. That'll be fun. All of natural fantasy classes are complex. Yeah, and I love natural fantasy, so it's tough. I went for Floralist Gourmet. It's gonna be a little tough, but it's what makes it interesting, you know? So I'm good with that. I need to make sure that I put my little growth clock in the footer for this game too. I'm still, again, this is my first time I'm getting into this game properly, because in the first session I did, it was like very prompts based and I didn't play a lot of FABULA itself. And so I think this scene was really good because we did a lot. We did a lot of checks, which I did properly this time. I got to use my mood rolls, the group checks we got to do for the first time in here and see how it goes. Because I think the thing is, when I play with my group, we play in Foundry, so there's a lot of game mechanics that I don't really know exactly how it works, because when you click on the macro, it does it for you and I don't have to think about it. And so I think I've gotten a much better idea of the rules. And once I run down the, like, okay, this is the routine of what I'm doing, I think it'll go a lot faster. But also, I think maybe what I may want to do moving forward is not spend so much time writing. I don't know, maybe it's fine. I always say this and then people are like, it's fine. I have you on in the background. We're listening to music. It's okay. I do like this, how this goes. Because I like that in the end I have this cool story. There's a lot of these little dialogue scenes. It reminds me of in Tales of games, you know, when you're between scenes and you're running around and the characters are just like, their little icons are appearing on screen and they're having those fun little chats. That's the way I viewed it. Yeah, and then we had our first combat. So we did a lot of firsts, and I think I have a much better idea of how everything works now. Because in our group campaign, I'm not the DM. And so there's a lot of like nitty gritty rules that I just didn't really know or fully understand until today. But I think that works out well. I have to remember that we can get the Ultima points too, because I think Lady Demetria would have, you know, whatever. But she's only like a minor villain. The cool thing is, so I said this in the video, but this Whispering Manor is actually one of the little adventure hooks. It's a story hook from the Natural Fantasy Atlas. And so the Whispering Manor section of the book is literally just 3 paragraphs. There's a paragraph describing the manor, there's a paragraph describing Demetria, and a little paragraph telling about her dark secret, which is, as you've seen, there's a little bit more to it, so don't read ahead, you'll be spoiled a little bit, but Zephyr is not gone, let's just put it that way. Plus, as a solo player, I mean, it's just a rule of fun, yeah? Not sweating the small details if they get in the way of play. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I had a lot of fun. I think I've gotten a better handle on what kind of character Orion is now too, because Orion kind of feels like the leader of the group. I think because they are very strong-willed and they're clearly like they have the father that's been teaching them how to sword fight and everything, that I think in all these group checks it always falls to Orion, because they're like, ooh, we're sneaking, we're being stealthy, Orion's an expert. Ooh, we're fighting, Orion's the expert. Yeah, Orion is definitely the one poking their nose into things, but in like a calm way, so they seem stoic, so you wouldn't, when you look at them, you wouldn't think that they're the one that's gonna poke their nose into things and cause trouble, but they have a very strong sense of justice and they're just gonna like dive in. Like, yeah, why don't you make an illusion and distract the maid so we can sneak into the house? Why don't we come back at night? Orion is actually a big troublemaker, even though they don't, yeah, headstrong. Well, the words, the identity we got for them was like free-spirited and reckless. But I think their personality comes off as being more like stoic, but you can be reckless and stoic. Yeah, stoic is just the way they communicate, so they're very like soft-spoken and they don't say a lot, but they're very, you know, just because you're not saying a lot doesn't mean that you can't be hot-headed, you know. So yeah, I feel like the other characters I have a pretty strong handle on, especially Kale and Celine I think are very easy to understand. Orion, I think today I understand them better, and then Indigo, he's very funny and gloomy. Rich internal world, not very verbose. Yeah, exactly. So, but even though they are not verbose, they're still very reckless and have a strong sense of justice. I think the thing is, especially because of like shoujo manga and shoujo series, we tend to think of reckless characters as being very loud. Like think of Naruto and characters who are just like and screaming and running around doing stuff. But Orion, you can be silent and reckless, you know. And so I think that's a fun complex kind of character type. So I'm really looking forward to developing these characters more. I may not be able to do this every week, but I definitely want to play this game regularly. This is a game we're going to be playing for a long time because I have a very sweeping story in my head that I have a vague outline of the direction of the story, you know, but I want to see how it happens. You know what, though? I am glad that we failed that both of the initial stealth checks, because I think causing and having Indigo use some of his illusion magic was a lot more fun. Punch people without warning and hesitation. Yeah, exactly. Silent and deadly. Don't ask, you just do. Yeah, exactly. It's a very fun type of character for sure. But yeah, we're starting off in Odessa because, you know, it's the Star Wars journey. We're out in the middle of nowhere. We're the farm kids, kind of. But you can bet I did not design this big old world with all these continents for them to be stuck in this little place. So don't worry. We are going to be going out into the world. Failure often leads to more interesting stories anyway. That's true. And the thing is, if I wanted the story to go in a specific direction, I wouldn't bother rolling. If I wanted them to succeed, I just don't have to roll, right? And that's the benefit of playing solo. I can, if I want to, I can just decide, okay, well, the story's gonna go like this. This is gonna happen. But if I roll, I have to be open to the idea of failure. And I think that's something that I'm still coming to terms with in my solo play, is like pivoting and being like, okay, well, we failed, so what's gonna happen now? And coming up with those decisions on the fly. I think because I come from a writing background, when I have in my head, like, this is the way I want the scene to progress, if it doesn't go that way or I fail, it can be a little hard for me to, okay, let's pivot. Let me think of something else. And that's the hard part. Surrendering is a big one for that. Yeah, for sure. Because if you're playing solo, and you've decided, yeah, I'm gonna roll for this part, you have to be open to accepting what happens. And I think maybe what I could have done is use an oracle, because so when we failed, I could have also used one of my many oracles to be like, okay, so what now? What do we do now? Or what happens now? I still wrote, we went this way, had, you know, Kale couldn't think of a plan, but Orion thought of a plan, but I think we could have, there's a couple other ways we could have handled it, maybe, but I think Orion is reckless enough that if we weren't able to sneak in, they would have just gone in through the front door, you know, and we would have had the exact same thing happen with Lady Demetria trying to chase us out and us having to fight her. So I think this part still would have kind of happened no matter what. That's the tough part. And Fab, specifically, no one ever dies unless they want their character to. Yeah. So it's very much you lose, now what happens? Exactly. Plus, it's based on JRPGs, right? So when you die in a JRPG, it's just a game over. You just start over. So with this, there's more freedom. So it's less like, oh, well, it's over, and more, okay, well, now what? And that's the part that as I play this game, I want to work more on that, because especially with these 4 characters, I mean, you see my rolls. Lots of, it's red when it's a failure. There's quite a lot of red here, you know, and so I have to learn to pivot a little bit better when these things happen and think of, okay, well, now what do I want to do? It's definitely something to think about. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it from me today. Thank you so much for hanging out. Tomorrow, I love the sacrifice mechanic, but I'd be heartbroken if yeah. Tomorrow I think I'm honestly not sure. Because so the group that I play Betrayal Legacy with, sometimes like day of we kind of decide not to, so I don't know. If we're not doing that, I'm streaming anyways. Hang on, I have hang on, let me go back to I'll pop over here. There is okay, yeah, let me look at let's pull out my schedule, because I think I have. So tomorrow we are doing Candela Obscura, so that's one of my first kind of cool one-shots that I'm doing every Sunday this month for kind of like October, right? So we're gonna do Candela Obscura tomorrow with several friends. So it's going to be me DMing. We're gonna try. I've never played Candela Obscura, let alone DM'd it, and so definitely we'll have to look at that and be careful. Hello! Hey Hime, what if you play this indie game called Silk Song? Oh my goodness. No, I am not coordinated enough. I never played Hollow Knight. I am not coordinated enough for those kind of games. I think I would just get frustrated. But yeah, so we're playing Candela Obscura tomorrow, so I'm DMing. That's gonna be really interesting. I think I've already planned out, again, the basic plot of the mystery and what I want them to investigate, and we're just gonna see how that goes. But I'm DMing, and then we've got Kappa, Say, 64, Kari, and Kestrel. So actually this is the only group of people that I'm DMing for my Sunday sessions, the Sunday one-shots this month. This is the only group that is all VTubers. Yeah, Kez, 64, Say, Kari. Yeah, every single one of them is a VTuber. And the other ones, not everyone is a VTuber. I have like some community members in there as well. But you played Elden Ring, yes, and I played it so badly. What? You saw how I played Elden Ring. What do you mean? Nobody wants to watch that. Okay, like it's not interesting watching me get frustrated and lose over and over and over. So yeah, it's just, you do. Ugh. Why would you want to put me through that? So rude. Yeah, I based on my track record, it seems like I play a video game on stream about once a month. And it's like always cozy stuff. I really want to play Aethermancer though. I have that. I'm supposed to play it. I got the key for it. So I'm probably going to play Aethermancer on whatever my next video game stream is. I'm going to play Aethermancer. Might need to play Whimside. I have a couple. It was fun. Ugh. Why do you torture the burb? You just get frustrated and angry. Like, oh my god, I can't. I'm not very coordinated. I'm not good at games like that. I get very frustrated. And then Elden Ring, I couldn't play it regularly, and so every time I picked it up again, I had lost all the muscle memory of how to play, and so I just, you know, I think it's tough. I think it's tough unless I was playing it at least once a week in order to remember the rules, but now if I pick up Elden Ring again, I will completely have forgotten all of the controls, all of the, like, what I'm supposed to do, all the strats, like, completely forgot them all, so it would be like starting over again, and it would be so frustrating. I'm just not built for those kind of games. Like, it'd be one thing if I was binging it and playing it every day or something, but I just don't have the time, and so with the time that I have, I'm just not able to get good enough to enjoy the game, unfortunately, and so yeah, those games are not it for me. Honestly, even watching people playing Hollow Knight just stresses me out. Watching people play it, let alone if I played it. Like, I cannot play those kind of games. Any games in general where you have to jump, like, okay, no, I'm so not coordinated. Oh my gosh. Wait, guys, before I leave, do you want to see my Labubu? I'm like obsessed. It's so cute. Look at it. Hang on. So here's the Lafufu that I got in the crane game machine, right? Like, so this is the Lafufu, okay? All right, you ready? Look at his little face. This is pretty close, right? Like, this is like da 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 da. It's so cute. This is the exact one that I wanted. Yeah, my friend had bought a whole case of them, and so she's like, yeah, I'm selling them by the box, you just open them. But she hadn't opened the case yet, and we basically were able to figure out that the boxes inside the case, they're not randomized. They are in order based on what the order is listed on the outside of the box. So realizing that, I was able to get exactly the ones that I wanted. So I got this one. I got another one that was red, like peach. It's really cute. It's from the same series, but it's red and it has like hearts in its eyes, and I gave that one to the husband, so we have a matching set. And then I got another teal one that I gave to my BFF, so that one is standing up, so it's a different series, but we got 2 teal ones to match. And then I got this one. Oh my gosh, I'm hanging it from my lamp. Let me reach for it. Oh my gosh, no. So I personally have 2, and I'm happy. I don't know. I don't want to collect a whole bunch of them. Honestly, this was the one that I really wanted. Out of all the Labubus that are commercially available, this is the one that I wanted it. Now I have it, so here's the other one. This one's cute too. It's not as cute. This is the one that I'm super happy about. But this one is really cool because it's got this like pastel kind of gradient. But this is definitely my favorite. I'm so happy. This is baby. This is baby. Hello. Hi everyone. I'm baby. Is the real one bullying the cute one? No, they're all friends. These 2 are the real ones. This is a fake one, but they're all a happy family. I like the way this one is fully embroidered, honestly. It's kind of fun. I can see the vision. I see what they were trying to do. My babies! Anyway, this one, you can't... It's hard to tell, but it has, like, glitter in its eyes. It's real cute. And this one matches my nails. My nice purple glittery nails. Alright, but this one I've been hanging up from my lamp up here. So, the purple one, so I see it all the time, and it's real cute. It makes me happy. Okay, hang on. I gotta put it back in its spot. Yay! Oh, I think I clipped it the wrong way. No, I clipped it the wrong way. Now it's facing the wrong side. There. No! Yeah, this lamp I have on my desk has this like cord on the top that I can sort of hang things from. Shoot! Hang on. No! Yay. This one I hang from the lamp so I can see it, and it's like keeping me company on my desk. This one I use to bless my dice. You know, like choo-choo! I rolled a 3! Hey, it's not a 1. Thank you for blessing my dice. This one, I put it next to my phone while I'm streaming, so I can always see it. And sometimes if I'm waiting for something, I'll just like lovingly, like, oh, and it's so soft. Oh, my baby, my baby. Which one did you say is not fake? This one is totally fake. It's not even trying to be real, and that's why I got it. It's just funny. Like, they clearly were not trying to make it a knockoff. It clearly is just a different thing. It's like fully embroidered, and I enjoy the artistry of it, so. I wish I could cut these little tags off. They're annoying. I guess I could. They're just in a way. Is there a way to like cut these tags off safely? I don't want to accidentally like unravel my Labubu's butt or something. It's just so cute! Bye! Hello! Goodbye! Yeah, so. The thing is, I always thought the Labubus were really cute. The husband has a little figurine of one of the Labubu characters, which is funny because when he was like, I don't know where these Labubu things came from, why is everyone making such a big deal out of them, blah blah blah. And then I was like, sir, you have a Labubu in your office. And he was like, no I don't. And I pointed out to him, yeah, he has like a little figurine of one. I'm amused as this is the most TTRPG player looking desk I've seen in a while. You think? I mean, I guess makes sense. Yeah, I've got my Donna the Orc stuff. I got all my fountain pen stuff. Here's my, ooh, I got this box. This deck box is not a deck box. It has my Oracle cards in it. Yeah, and all these pens. I cleaned off my desk today. I was very good, and I spent like a good, I don't know, hour or two cleaning, tidying up my desk a bit, so you can see my desk. Earlier it was like stacked high with all sorts of stuff. Speaking of box, did you cave like me and get the collection box? I did. It's not a deck. No, but see, these deck boxes are supposed to be used for trading cards. They're sized for like Pokemon and Magic cards. Here. They're sized for like, you know, trading cards. These are not, this is not what this is meant for. But the thing is, when I ordered these cards off of, off of Drive-Thru RPG, it didn't come with a box. They were just kind of in a piece of paper. I ordered more, by the way. I got like from the Age of Sail, which I thought would be good for historical games, and then I also got the fantasy deck, which means I'm probably gonna need more deck boxes, man. And this is too big because there's not that many cards, but this is the best one that I could get. I guess I could put 2 in here because I don't think all 3 of them will fit, but we'll see. Maybe I'll be surprised. Chronicler. Yeah, the Chronicler. That was such a fun game. But yeah, just got fountain pens and other stuff. I saw another fountain pen that I really like. There are worse boxes. Yeah, that's true. This box was only $2. I can't be too mad at it. What was I saying? Oh, I saw this fountain pen that I really want because I'm trying to slowly. Well, not slowly, I'm limited by money. I'm trying to replace the fountain pens I have now that are from that company that I no longer want to support. But I also have this Pilot fountain pen that honestly, I just need to like clean out the ink on the inside. And then I can use it again. And it's a very nice pen. But I would keep filling it with ink and then forgetting that it existed, which is very sad. So the ink got all dried up and I have to wash it all out. Which isn't too bad because the nice thing about all these inks is they're all water-based, so it's relatively easy to wash them out. Such a pain having to do it and rinse it out over and over and over. I have some nice boxes. They're so satisfying. I wish Drive-Thru RPG had like an option for you to order a tuck box or something too. Because it's kind of annoying that I had to go out of my way to buy another box, but what can you do? As the years go by, my appreciation of a good pen increases. Yeah, right? Same. Well, I'm a pen enthusiast, you know, in general, but yeah. Hi, Raven! Is this a Kefka song? It is. I feel so villainous listening to this. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, this really makes me want to play Final Fantasy VI. But I just want to relive the memories of playing it for the first time. I don't want to actually play through the whole game. I don't have the time. There's so many things I wish I could do if I had more time. But I have so little free time. Most of my free time is used on streaming or like planning streams. So that does not leave me with a lot of free time to play various video games and such. Because the thing is, my channel is not a video game channel really, and so even if I wanted to say play Final Fantasy VI on stream, I just don't. One, that would be taking time away from some TTRPG or something that I really want to play on stream. That's the tough part. And then 2, what if I wanted to play it not on stream, you know? So, but when will I have time? I think I have Final Fantasy VI on my phone. I should just play it like on and off on my commute or something when I'm stuck in traffic. I have a nice one that was apparently green ink. Didn't realize it till months later when a coworker pointed out my RG colorblind butt. That's funny. But it was a really pretty green ink too. My main TTRPG character has a raven familiar named Clips. It's short for Eclipse because dark bird. That's so cute. I love that. That's adorable. Okay, oh my gosh, I keep saying that's it for this stream, and then I keep yapping some more. I'm so sorry. Or, well, maybe you're doing this on purpose, but okay. Let me see who to raid into. Who shall we raid? And then, again, thank you so much for hanging out with me, bearing through me, like, re-remembering how to play Fabula Ultima. It was a lot of fun. I think I have a much better idea of how to play the game now, so the next time we play, which will be very soon because I do want this to be a regular thing, I'll be able to roll and do things more efficiently and not have to pause and look up rules again so often. Oh my gosh, I have so many friends streaming right now. Oh no, how do I choose? Ooh, Goblin Cleanup. I've been actually very curious about that game. You know what? I think that's what we're gonna do. Or wait. Oh, but then I see World of Horror over here. No, how do I choose? Oh, it's because it's Saturday. There's so many. I've never seen this many of my friends all streaming at once before. How do I choose? Roll a die to choose. Okay, let's make the raid message. Let me see. Oh no, how do I choose? Okay, let me see. One. Where do they go? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'll roll a D4. Yeah, it's October. That's also true. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna roll a D4. And that's gonna decide who I raid, I guess. I don't know. This is... I can't deal with this kind of indecision. Okay, where's my... Ugh, where's my dice tray? Oh, let's use a nice dice tray. No, I moved it all the way over there. Ah, why did I do that? This is a nice dice tray I got from a friend that sadly moved to Germany, so he was giving away a bunch of his stuff, and I got the nice solid wood dice tray. Okay. Labubu! Fake Labubu! Real Labubu! Bless my dice roll! Okay. Oh, it's not sharp. I guess it's fine. I just got here. Oh no, I'm sorry. We're leaving. I've been stalling. I've been trying to leave for half an hour. That's a 2. Okay. The Labubus have blessed the dice. Okay, 2. Who is it? Not that you all know. I guess it's just for me. Oh no, why did I close the raid window? Silly. I think I remember. Oh, did the order change? Okay, no. 1. Who was number 2? No! Why did the order change? Oh no, the order changed. No! Where did they go? Rude. It's so rude. Okay, I think we'll do this. Okay. We'll do it. Alright. Ugh. Let's do the raid message. Oh my god, oh my god, there's so many of you. Oh my goodness, there's 19 of you in here. What? Holy. 19 of you? That's a lot. Thank you for watching my various... Oh, never mind. I moved the raid window over here onto my other monitor. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Why is my object permanence so bad? Why is my object permanence this bad? I'll say something or do something, immediately forget. Holy. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me, watching me figure out how to play the game again, because it's been 2 months since I last played any Fabula Ultima, but I appreciate all the advice, all the fun suggestions. We had a great time. We're raiding into a dear friend of mine who is playing World of Horror, which I think Kappa wants to sort of play that game with me at some point. It'll be nice. Oh my gosh, this is an ad break during a raid. Oh, that annoys me. Okay, my bad. So if you can't hear what I'm saying. But yeah, thank you again. I will see y'all later, hopefully tomorrow, for Candela Obscura. Bye!